Manhattan City Commissioners Tuesday plan to make up for last week's canceled meeting. They'll tackle the same agenda planned for the previous session, which includes deciding on a new mayor. Commissioners will nominate and vote for the new mayor, mayor-elect, mayor pro tem. By tradition, the commission chooses a mayor based on votes received during the election. Susan Adamczyk has been the mayor pro tem after the city election, but then she became mayor in May following the resignation of Win Butler. Since she completed his term, commissioners could now choose to have her take her planned term, or they could go to the next person in line, so to speak, which would be Commissioner Karen McCullough. The meeting will get underway at 6 p.m. tonight in City Hall. The County Commission in Pott County was back in business this week after last week's blizzard closed the county offices on January 6th. It was standing room only to bid farewell to Commissioners Pat Weichselman and Greg Riot, as well to witness the swearing in of the newly elected officials. Public Works Administrator Tim Eisenbar thanked both Weichselman and Riot individually.
Not many of you know, but the last couple of years between the tornadoes and the storms, it's been a rough one. And Pat always had that innate ability to call when everything was just going to hell. And his comment would be, "How you doing, Ben?" Greg, sometimes I'm thinking I'm talking to myself sometimes because we both have that farmer mode going, and I appreciate that. I always enjoy our conversations, and I thank you for everything you've done for the county.
County Administrator Chad Kinsley was emotional as he addressed the pair.
I'm not as strong as Tim, so I'm not going to carry on. I just want to say thank you, but I'll stop crying like an idiot.
Riot and Weichselman gave their thanks to the county staff afterwards. Manhattan's only available refuge for people needing warm shelter during last week's severe winter storm was a volunteer-run shelter, and one local pastor is urging county officials to be more prepared in the future. The warming center run by the Center of Hope Ministries is located at First Congregational United Church of Christ. Reverend Kayla Simmons Wood is the pastor at First Congregational. On Monday, she urged county officials to prepare more warming shelters for future weather emergencies.
As my colleague mentioned, Center of Hope was the only option for about 20 people during the blizzard. I believe that organizing and coordinating safe shelter for citizens during an extreme weather event is a responsibility of our local government. We should not be relying solely on volunteer-led organizations to do this life-saving work.
Wood said one possible drawback to a county-run shelter could be potential legal liability, but she said the county could have been held liable if someone died from a lack of shelter.
I recognize that there are some perceived barriers to the county government taking a role. There may be concerns about liability. Fortunately, those liability risks are very minimal because most guests at the shelter aren't likely to be litigious. Additionally, liability doesn't go away simply because no shelter is available.
Officials agree that the county needs to prepare better for this in the future. According to preliminary results, 2024 was considered a more active year for severe weather in Kansas than in the last 5 years. According to scientists at the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, 89 tornadoes were reported across the state in 2024, compared to just 39 reported in 2023. The most powerful tornado to impact the state was the EF3 tornado that hit Westmoreland on April 30th, 2024, resulting in one fatality. Ann Miller, who was a lifelong Pottawatomie County resident and a 28-year employee at the county health department, as well as the loss of 22 homes. The 89 tornadoes reported across the state was the highest total in the last 5 years. The second most came in 2022 when 68 were reported. 2021 saw 46 and 2020 saw 27. Officials with the Manhattan Fire Department say the Christmas Day fire that led to over $700,000 in damage was due to discarded smoking materials. Manhattan Fire Department Deputy Fire Chief Ryan Olms confirmed the cause to KMAN on Monday. The house was set ablaze in the early morning hours of December 25th in the 1200 block of Windham Heights Drive in Manhattan. The house, a one-story dwelling with a walkout basement, suffered extensive damage, rendering it unlivable. Losses were estimated at $250,000 for contents and $450,000 for the structure. More on the day's headlines can be found at our website, newsradiokman.com and themercury.com.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. Emmanuel Sharp scored 15. Joseph Tugler had 13 to go with 10 rebounds, as 12th-ranked Houston used a pair of big first-half runs to rout K-State Saturday afternoon, 87-57 at Bramlage Coliseum. The Wildcats find themselves now having dropped 3 straight.
Every time we made a mistake, they made us pay. Sometimes when we didn't make a mistake, they made us pay. They have different level athletes. I mean, our guys were in rebounding position, but they got their hand on every rebound. Even when they didn't get it, they got their hand. So we weren't able to very rarely did we ever get a clean rebound. They had 52 points in the paint, 22nd chance points to our 1.
Coach Jerome Tang, as his Wildcats suffered a third straight loss to drop to 7-8 overall. They'll host Texas Tech tomorrow night and attempt to break that slide with coverage at 7 that evening on 101.5 K-Rock. Tamira Poindexter had 24 points as 12th-ranked K-State beat BYU 92-65 for a 12th straight win. Poindexter made 5 3-pointers and finished 9 of 14 overall. Aoka Lee added 19 points for the Cats. Serena Sundell 12, plus added 13 rebounds for K-State, which improved to 5-0 in the Big 12. The Cats are 17-1 for a second consecutive season. They'll welcome in Arizona Wednesday night. Josh Allen threw 2 touchdown passes. James Cook scored on a 5-yard run and finished with 120 yards rushing. Buffalo ousted the Broncos from the AFC playoffs 31-7. The 5-time AFC East defending champion Bills advancing to the divisional round for a 5th straight postseason. They'll face the Ravens next Sunday night. Jaden Daniels ran for a critical first down to set up a 37-yard field goal. That was good by Zane Gonzalez by inches, as the Commanders beat the Buccaneers 23-20 in an NFC tilt. Also, Jalen Hurts threw 2 touchdown passes. Dallas Goedert threw 3 stiff arms on a rugged touchdown catch, and the Eagles rode their NFL best defense to a 22-10 win over the Packers. That's your check of sports. Good morning. I'm Troy Coverdale.